Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Aramopoulos, and these are my co-hosts.
I'm Talia.
And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio, you may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Cause y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle, under pressure that will break a foe. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 32 of the Hustle Podcast, and we got a special guest from the Southwest, CY. Man, it's been a long time since we had to get you on the show, but it's long overdue, and it's great to have you on the show. I know about you from way back in the day, doing a lot of things on the scene. You're also, you got your finger in the edible games as well. I actually tasted some of those, and we'll get into it.
Yeah. I was dwindling in trying to create my own little edible thing, but you know, as you can tell, I'm talking in a little slow-mo right now, but
It looks like somebody had some
I was
edibles
tr-
this
So
morning.
it's working out. It's working out.
nah, they work. It's just like I was trying. They could be better. Let's just say they could be better.
I'll give you my honest review on the edibles. The gummies, I didn't fuck with them. The gummies had a weird flavor. But the brownies tasted like good old brownies, bro.
Yeah.
fucked
What
with the
about the
brownies.
logo on the brownie? You like that
The
one?
Bart one, I think it was Bart Simpson.
Yeah, something like that.
Very nice.
Homer Simpson.
Yeah, Homer Simpson or whatever it was. Very cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris Creed. He's the one that brought me some of these.
Salute to him for
He
even
came, he
just-
checked you, he got some of those.
Yeah, I appreciate that. For
And like I said, I think I have a high tolerance to edibles.
yeah.
So they never get me high.
I can't do
They
edibles.
never get me
I
I
can't
used
do
to
that.
eat. I remember one night I made it eat like 10,000. Like just
10,000.
maybe like just go. And now I can't even eat like 50 milligrams. Like at one time I was just like tripped out. Like I was in the shower and shit. Like I googled how to like slow down. It was
Yeah,
messed
trust
up.
me, when it does hit, and you get a hit, dude.
You can't
it's-
turn it off really, you know.
Yeah, you
If
can't.
You could stop. You could put out the joint. You know, you can't really.
Apparently, you
turn
gotta
that
drink milk. Drink milk or some shit like that. It's gonna decrease the buzz.
No, I don't eat.
It
that.
doesn't work.
It
Doesn't
doesn't
work.
Well, besides the edible game and everything, let's talk about some music.
Yeah, talk to me. I like that.
Talia, I know Talia has known you for a while as well.
Yeah,
She
for
was
sure.
on some of the
Yeah.
shows that you used to organize back in the city.
Yeah,
Like
way
I'm
back.
I'm sure that you'd still be organizing these shows if we didn't have these restrictions right now.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, right?
Much less, but like definitely still doing a couple. I would
Mm-hmm.
always be doing a couple, at least like maybe like 4 a year.
For you.
I used to do like 20 a year every like 3 weeks on average. But like then it got like repetitive, watered down, but like COVID slowed everything down, right?
Yeah, that's the thing when you're organizing these shows. You can't do it all the time because people do not want to keep coming back to the same format.
Right.
And if it's every 2 weeks, they're like, dude, I can't come every 2 weeks. You know, if it's spaced out every couple of months,
Yeah. It's more anticipated
more
too.
anticipated, you know
Someone
what I
could be like, "Oh, I can't come to this one because there's one in 2 weeks."
Yeah.
You know, so now it's like if there's one in 4 months, if you don't catch that one, you're gonna have to wait another 4 months, kind of thing. You know?
True. It's even like in New York, let's say. In New York, when we're used to all these pretty well-known rappers and everything that aren't huge, but in New York, they perform on a local scale pretty much as often as they can.
Yeah, big population.
And it's not anticipated as much because they're saturating their performances, right? Like I'm performing every other week, and
But also a good portion of the time when you have these shows so often, it's always the same artists coming on. So it's like
Yeah,
it gets
yeah.
repetitive, you
Nah,
know?
for sure,
I want to
for
see
sure.
some new shit.
that too. But
And at the end of the day, no one's really got a fan base, man, unless you're a couple of big guys out here, you know? Even the guys that you think are big, they don't really have like a draw live.
live,
You know what I
it's a
mean?
different story on the web and live in person. You know what I mean?
Even me, like whenever like I like leaned off of the promoter end and I focused on the artist and like we all know like the ticket quotas with these big shows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's tough when you don't really have a fan base. So like that's why me and like Misery we would split sets. So it would be like easier to actually like sell your tickets. Like instead of like having to sell 30 tickets solo, that sometimes it's tough, you know? Like now there's only 15 and it's me and my bro doing it, you know what I mean?
We used to be part of a group, 3 guys.
It's easy, for
to
sure,
sell some
for
tickets,
sure.
you know? And back then, the guys that when we were doing shows, it's like people that I knew, like personally, it wasn't 30 tickets. It was like literally, he's like, yo, dude, sell 15. So I'm like, I can sell 5 tickets, no problem. He can sell
Yeah.
5 tickets, no problem. You know what I mean?
Your brother, your cousin, your aunt. It's
Yeah,
not that
that's
hard. 5 is
That's
simple.
it.
I've seen artists bring not a soul. Like, plenty of art.
And you know what happens after that, though?
They get mad at me, kind of thing.
No,
And
but
I
like,
say,
I-
if
next-
you couldn't bring someone to your own
Yeah,
show,
you're not
how
on the
could
next bill,
I
bro.
bring someone to a show that they don't even know you. Like, people know you don't want to support you.
Mhm.
It's tough, man. So a lot of
It's a double-edged sword when it comes to that. You know,
Yeah,
you
it
can't,
definitely
you can't
is.
keep everybody happy. And like I mentioned, like, yeah, you said you can't bring everybody to the show.
right.
And at the end of the day, it's not your job to bring everybody to the show. It's like sort of a collective thing that we're all supposed to do.
In Montreal, it's like it's supposed to be
Yeah.
collective, anyways. Because like like I said, no one's got a name. You
I
know.
don't find it's the collective here. I
No,
feel like everyone's really like
not.
doing their own thing. They don't give a fuck about nobody
It
else.
should be
like,
collective.
It should be, considering that
Definitely.
we're not like a huge city, but people have egos and it gets in the way.
No, for sure.
Look, it's a new year. It's 2022. First guest in the new year over here. So
Fuck, I like that.
Pew,
That's
pew,
so-
pew, pew.
Start the year off right. you
start
know?
the new year off right, bro.
Yes,
Like
yes,
I already
yes.
saw like last year, like I think you were dropping a video each month.
Yeah, at the beginning I was.
Each month, dude, like,
Yeah, it was
Plenty
it
of
was-
work.
You know, I said to myself as I'm getting older that like I'm trying to lean off the artist tip,
Mhm.
but like it's tough because it's therapy for me too. You know, like me, like whenever I create something dope, I'm just loving like I want to show someone like if 2 a.m, I say the best music's made between 2 and 5 a.m, and no, I'm there like I just want to show somebody. When
Okay.
something's dope, you just want
Yeah.
to show someone. And yeah, so it's like
I
Hey,
heard
mom,
that-
wake up, mom. Mom, listen to this.
I heard what's that recent track that I heard? Need It All, I think. Need It All, produced by Quality.
yeah, quality
Dope.
beats. Yeah,
Dope track, dude. Dope
Yeah,
track.
it's-
The visuals are on point as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That was my last video that I did actually. That one and me and King Misery, Where Have You Been?
Yeah, that was dope too.
With a nice little storyline video.
What's I think White Tees, produced by Roswell Beats.
Yeah, he was just on the show. I just watched that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Produced by FlixP, Roswell Beats. Yeah.
That one I really like. I was jamming out to it the other day. I'm like, let me listen to as much CY as I
I
can.
try to do all kind of different vibes,
I
like
like
old
that, yeah.
school, some auto tune, some all kind of vibes, because you never know who's listening. Like someone, like a lot of women, they don't want to hear that rah 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 rah. So like I try and like cater to a lot of women nowadays too, and like I could say that's been helping.
Yeah.
Like with like the audience listening.
It
and
ain't
shit.
it ain't the late '90s. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
So now you got to get with it. You got to.
No, exactly.
It's about having that bit of singing going with it. The main consumers are the women, so that's another. They're the ones buying the records. You know
And
what I
they
mean?
buy the merch, they buy
Exactly.
everything. For real, you're right.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to cater to them more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make the, like, I don't know if you heard the Hold On record.
Hold on, I'm positive I heard it because I
It's
went
just
through the.
like
everything you
like
got.
like there's just like, as I said to myself, as long as I'm leveling up. So like, for example, I used to, when I was doing the shows, I didn't care image wise, you know, like baggy pants, didn't care if my shirt had a stain on it. Then when I start caring more about my image, people start caring more, you know. And I start doing the jewelry and this and that, and people really start caring more. It's like, remember when you were young, and it's like, yo, 50 Cent had that G-Unit spinner chain. Like,
Needs
it was
to be
like
the whole
oh.
package.
Like,
Needs
you
to
know?
be the whole package, bro.
So like, give something for them to care about, you know. So like, ever since I started doing that, and I start getting different models for videos, and like people start caring about the videos a little bit more, you know.
Also, it's like the more you care about the project, the more you care about yourself as
Yeah.
an artist, and then
You're gonna get what you put in, right?
exactly. So
exactly.
you have the great mind state for that. What are the plans right now? What do you got cooking for us for 2022?
2022, my honest plan is, I set realistic goals, and that's like probably gonna do maybe like 4 or 5 more videos this year. Maybe drop my tape, and then I would assume I'm close to 1 million views total. Took me like 8 years to do so, but like like via Instagram and YouTube, I'm roughly around 900,000. And I'm just planning on having a big, huge party.
It's a milestone right there.
Couple-
It
You
is.
gotta celebrate that.
Couple limousines, anybody that's somebody in the city that ever worked with me on any kind of things, and just celebrate the fun I had in the scene over the years, and
It's sounding a bit like a retirement party.
sort of, maybe just a slow down, because I'm never gonna stop. There's always gonna be the urge. I wanna, like, I used to battle rap like 6 years ago.
I
I
remember that,
go
dude.
to battle rap events, and like I want to tear a guy's head off in the ring. I know I could still do it, so I'm always gonna have the itch to do music. It's gonna be very, because at the end of the day, man, half these guys in Montreal that ever had a name that ever slowed down, it was because, man, they weren't getting nothing out of it, man. It's a money music. I'm not trying to sound it like it's a money pit, bro. In Montreal,
It is.
anyways,
Yeah, it's true.
ask any artist how much they spent, how much they got back. You're gonna get laughed at. People jump in the music scene expecting that you're gonna make money, and you're actually spending money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess I'm tired of spending money. Money, and that's why I did shows. Like, I remember one year I made like 10,000-15,000 profit off shows. That's not much, but like, the shows are small shows. There's only like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people at the shows,
From experience, I know that's where you're gonna make the money. Organizing these shows, selling these tickets.
Some nights I made 700-800.
Yeah,
Some
dude.
nights I made
Yeah.
400-500. It's dope. It's dope. Then I start taking the shows and realizing that I'm in control of. I can go on at the peak of the night, so I start putting me and my team on at the peak of the night. So like I organize the show. I'm in position to do so. You know what I mean? So like I start capitalizing on, like, I knew when all the artists were in the building and everybody was at the peak of the moment, I would go on and capitalize on the show. You know what I mean? So yeah, when COVID hit, we were doing a lot of big shows. We did Dax, we did
Right.
La Coca Nostra show, Onyx. We did like about 4 or 5 shows in like a 3-month span, and then just shit hit. It was see, like, what, and the thing is too, at one point I was learning how to deal with promoters. So like, eventually, me and Misery, we were demanding slots as an opener directly right before the act comes on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at one point, every promoter was giving us that, because like, I guess we kind of deserved it at the time compared to the other openers. We're doing a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you ever been to a big show. You can be opening for Obi Trice, and you're on first, and there's like 30 people there, 20 people there.
I've opened up for plenty of these shows. You
For
know
sure,
what I mean? Back
you know?
in, if you're the first act of the night,
It could be
it's
bad.
It's gonna be, nobody's ready for it. You know,
That's what I'm
And-
saying.
And even that, forget that you're the first act of the night. Chances are 80% or even more of the people, they're coming just for the headliner.
No, exactly.
Exactly.
No, that's
That's it.
100%
Yeah.
what it is. So I'd rather up my chances of people hearing me to be the guy on right before. You know how many times people are like, "Hey, yo, is so on and so is he on yet?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather be the guy on right before him.
Mm-hmm.
People are in the building. It's almost a full house at that point, you know?
Exactly.
So yeah, it was getting hot, and then COVID ruined it all, you know? It was getting hot, but it's going to pick up. Who knows what
I think so
who knows
too.
what the future holds, you know?
Do you have any plans of like going behind the scenes, producing, finding artists or something like that? Because you look like the type of guy that can start a label, can have
I could do anything I wanted
Yeah.
to. If I wanted to start a promo company and charge people for promo, if I wanted to do my own pod, I could do anything I decided to. And it's definitely going to be something outside of being an artist, for sure. It's just a matter of what it's going to be. I'm not too sure yet, but
You have to keep in mind that takes like a lot of energy out of your like
No,
daily
for
life
sure,
too. You know,
for
you've been
sure.
doing this for so long. You've been spending so much time on the artist lifestyle, like, and you're saying you want to slow down. So starting something new, it could always be a fun opportunity, but maybe it's not what you need. Maybe you just need to like take it.
yeah, maybe
take it
that's
easy for a bit.
It's
You know.
it's very possible. I haven't released music in like 4 or 5 months now, you know, and like sometimes you do need a break, you know. Sometimes
you
it's
need a
justified.
break, like actually tap in with yourself, see how you're feeling at the moment. What do you want to do next? Because it can't always be the same thing. You need something fresh in your life.
Yeah,
you know what
I dropped like 60 videos in 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how many more videos I could do. Yes, the numbers are going up higher than they were. The comments are going up. The likes are going up. Everything's going up. But like, up on like how like it's pretty minuscule on a bigger scale. You know what I mean? Like 10K is like, oh, you got 10,000 people listening. That was dope. I felt the wrath of 10,000 people watching my video. But at the end of the day, like, is 10,000 views really a lot of views? Like, it is, but like, is it as an
In the
artist,
grand scheme
like,
of things,
it's like a fucking nothing.
yeah, it's like
you know?
it's a drop in a
yeah.
bucket. You know what I mean?
It's tough to give it your all and, feel like you didn't really do as much as you thought you were gonna do. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
No, like trust me, I've been in that same situation. I gave up pursuing music. Why?
How long
Because
ago was that?
I think the last time I actually like rocked the stage was like 8 years ago, dude.
Oh,
Back
shit.
then we were doing Real City on the Rise. We were doing shows with Dozy Heaps. We were organizing shows at Mika Lounge.
Yeah, he's cool.
So we're doing these type of shows and everything. And then it got to the point that I wasn't really fucking with what the music was bringing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of egos and a lot of shadiness when you're dealing with some certain people. And I'm like, fuck it, dude. I don't even want to fuck with these people no more. I just want to continue writing. Like, I'll write at home, you know what I mean? I'll like maybe create some shit, but I don't have any plans on putting it out because I feel like you said, it's like you're throwing your money away a bit. It depends. Like, dude, let's say you're working with 2 artists now. You're working.
I'm not trying to sound negative.
No,
either,
of course.
Right?
No, but
It is what it is. Though.
it's true.
And sometimes you just need that breather to reconnect with yourself and figure out what you want to do. Like,
now you got the Hustle podcast.
yeah, exactly.
One of the hottest podcasts in the city.
We're
for
trying,
sure.
bro. We're trying to get
Pew,
there.
pew, pew,
And I
pew.
think eventually, with time served, you know what I mean, putting in the work, we'll be able to say that. At this point, we're still fresh, and
Nah, for
we
sure.
just need to tap in with artists like you
Nah,
guys.
more
that have been-
people on, the more people that's going to be sharing
Yeah.
it. More people is going to be more exposure for your platform. You know, for sure. It's going to come along even more. than it
Exactly.
has. Thousands of people are watching you guys already. So
There we go.
Hey.
And like that's another thing. Back to my point that I was making. Like, let's say you're working with a few artists and they're not as serious as you. So you're so serious that you're ready to put your money where your mouth is, and you're like, dude, I'm willing to do this, this, and that. And the other 2 guys or whatever it may be, they're like, dude, I don't have the cash for it, or I don't think we need to spend cash for this. Let's just
that's definitely happened.
you know, that pisses me off.
that
dude.
exactly that exact thing just happened too, and literally word for word.
So that's the thing. Me, I'm like, yo, fuck it. If I make music, it's by myself from now on, dude. That's it. Or somebody that's just as serious.
But you have to do it by yourself sometimes. You know, you can't rely on people, especially not here.
Yeah, and I feel like that. At one point I did so many solo videos that like I was just tired of relying on people's schedules. I booked this video
Yeah,
and he's busy. He's not around, and then this actor couldn't make it this day, and it's just tough. You know, it's really schedules conflict shit.
This man was only 5 minutes late today, by the way.
5 minutes only.
And it's snowing outside, so you know what I mean?
And I don't even have my whip no more. So
There you
I'm
go.
Still out here. Shout out
Still
my
out
boy.
here.
I don't mind him being 5 minutes late because that means I was early.
Actually, I told you to come early because I knew you were going to be late.
Oh, yeah? You were like, come for 10:15. I got here at like 10:30.
10:25, I think.
Oh, okay.
But we're here. We're on the show, and we're talking, and we're having some good conversations.
Definitely.
Tell us a little bit about the beginning, though. How did you get into the music?
Actually, back in the day, like you know, before you met people and like how like far away everything seemed. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like, so like I remember I was just trying to break into the scene. I might have had a song or two, and then I seen like Dave Hodges in the West Island.
Shout out David Hodges.
He did You Think You Can Rap in like Dorval at McAllen's pub. And we went there, and I did like a first show, and it was absolutely terrible. I was garbage. It was the worst thing ever, bro. Like that was bad.
So
gotta
But it was a
start
learning
somewhere.
curve. It was a learning curve. I learned how to not fucking scream like crazy. Different
how to
things.
hold the microphone.
Different things I was learning, you know.
okay.
So like then like it started there, and then from then, just I was trying to get shows any way I can, you know. Then I started to do my own shows because like I realized that most of the shows for up and coming artists at the time were like kind of competitions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I seen through those competitions, like they were just really promoters just really trying to get everyone to compete against each other to see who could bring in the most and use like a crowd as a judge. So if you have more people in the crowd, you're probably gonna win. And at the end of the day, the promoter sold like 150, 200 tickets, and you know what I mean. So I seen through that, so I wanted to dictate that. So that's why I started to do my own shows. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I did a couple here and there, smaller shows, for sure.
And as far as like getting into hip hop and music in general,
Oh.
was it always something that was with you as
Now,
a kid?
my older brother, I was maybe about like 10, 11, I'm not too sure. But he had, I used to take it 1-2 CDs from him,
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
and he used to have that
The
one
Chronic.
where,
There's always the Chronic in that bunch.
is that the one where Nas is in the orange suit?
No, that's the Dr. Dre one. Dr. Dre's the Chronic, you know what I mean?
Okay, my bad. Yeah,
That's the first one that we took from my friend's big brother.
I took the one where Nas is in the orange suit.
Illmatic.
That
Yeah, I think
that
it's
one,
Illmatic.
and then I found Busta Rhymes, DMX, and then it like went on from there, you know. Then I like got old enough to like really know what good music was, and it's like Jada, Styles, Fab, that one era right there, you know, like those three guys. Even Chic and J Hood and like the whole D Block. I was into a lot of different music growing up. Like I was more like into like a certain album was great. Like I remember back when G Unit was big. Like Lloyd Banks dropped The Hunger for More, and then same time The Game dropped a documentary, and then Young Buck dropped Welcome to Cashville, and then 50 dropped The Massacre. Like those are all like powerhouse albums, you know.
It's like you can't say that nowadays. You can't.
No,
like, all
not
these
at all,
albums
not
you
at all.
mentioned, they have play-through factor. You can
No. All
press-
different vibes and
Dude,
shit.
you
Yeah,
can press play and
and listen to the whole thing.
and listen to the whole
For
goddamn
real.
thing. Yeah.
Now I even catch myself. I like Roddy Ricch.
I like Roddy Ricch.
I
a lot,
like
too.
3 songs. I like NBA YoungBoy. I like 4 songs. I like this guy. Like there's just a couple songs, and I catch. They're not really good rappers, but like
Some vibe.
they make good music, good vibes.
Yeah, they
you know?
bang,
For
they
sure.
hit. They
Roddy
hit.
Ricch is really good. I catch myself being 30 years old listening to a 20-year-old and like
Down Below.
vibing to it. Like
That song
Yeah.
Down Below.
I listen. That's my shit.
That's the dope ass track.
really
What's the other one that
Scott
he has?
Storch produced
Yeah, I know
that.
Scott Storch,
actually.
man, coming back into the scene, working with all the youngsters and
He
everything.
actually
like that.
storied me like about 3 months ago.
I saw that you're working with Paps, I think, Anthony Paps.
Yeah.
Who's that? One of your artists or like?
No, just some
somebody-
guy I connected with on the internet.
Okay.
And I just was surprised that like he just sent me and said that like it got shared on the story, and I went and I clicked on his official page and it was there.
Dope.
Then my followers went up a bit, like not much, like because like I was just like tagged in the corner, but like I got like 50 followers that night.
Something,
He got
yeah.
like 3,000
Oh wow,
like in one night.
dope.
Yeah, it was dope. It was just nice to like know that maybe nothing came from it, but like just nice to know that
Some
like
acknowledgement out there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
there you go.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually interesting that you brought up like Roddy Ricch and all that, because I was gonna ask, like, seeing as you've been around for such a long time and you've been in the Montreal music scene for a while, like long before I even started making music. Like I remember I was 17 doing shows at your events, and like you were getting me into the Piranha Bar and all that.
Yeah.
But
Remember.
I wanted to see, like, what's your take on the new wave of music in Montreal right now?
The new wave, man. Montreal has a lot of talent for real. Like I listen to a lot of Toronto rap, okay, and like there's a lot of stars out there, like on the verge of being a star, right? And like Montreal has a lot better guys, man. They just don't have no looks. They don't have the no buzz, no nothing, you know. But like, there's a lot of good guys, like a lot of good guys in Montreal. I don't know about new wave in Montreal. Like, can't say like I really mess with, but like King K, you guys had him on. King K is putting on real hard. I don't know if you guys know Flames. Flames is really hot right now.
No, I'm gonna look for Flames.
There's a few guys, you know, but like out of the newest talent, there's this kid. His name's Ethio Kid from Uptown.
Okay.
And like he averages like 30, 40, 50K a video, you know?
Mhm.
And like he's maybe like 16, 17 years old. So there's definitely some talent in Montreal for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, I think they're here. You know what I mean? They're making a little bit of noise. It's just a matter of getting in the right spotlight, or maybe it's the dreaded having to move to Toronto to get that buzz popping a little more, because that's what a lot of people do. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
They hit up
And you know
Toronto.
what? Like that's been a thing. Like Toronto's been the Canadian Mecca, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, and like a lot of like Montreal artists, they know that. And like Six Buzz is capitalizing a lot on like he's kind of oversaturating his channel by how many. Do you know what 6 Buzz
Yeah,
is?
6 Buzz TV.
Like this is like 3 videos out a day.
Oh,
So
wow.
like you having a video on there 2-3 years ago was like, oh shit,
It was
a
exclusive.
Montreal dude has it on there.
Yeah.
Now there's like 15 Montreal guys on there,
Okay.
and they're only doing like 4, 5, 6K. Like they're not really doing crazy numbers. So like, it's tough to get noticed out there, man. For real, it really is tough, man.
Yeah, it's even like I've been seeing a lot of artists in Toronto working with great producers, working with a lot of people with connections in the industry. So that's what it is. You have to get your connections in order to get to the next level.
Nah, for sure.
If you're just constantly making music and there's no strategy behind the releases or anything like that, chances are you're not gonna hit that pinnacle that you're looking for.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just say to artists, if I could say anything to all Montreal artists, man, like, not trying to sound negative, but like everybody has tried and no one has done it. Every major city in Canada has a big artist. Am I right or wrong though? Toronto's got big artists. I don't know if you guys consider Belly a big artist, but back
He's
in the
big.
day, he was a huge artist.
He's still doing his
Classified
thing,
was big out there, and there's some Vancouver guys. Like, Montreal, I don't even think they really ever had anybody even. I'm not trying to say even close, because Blue was close, My Blast and these guys were close, I guess, but I don't know how close. You know what I mean?
Like, they were on the verge of getting somewhere.
Right, and like not many other people have, man. Like for real, so like, come prepared, man. Come prepared
It's a big-
with a game plan,
and it's
With
gonna
real
be a
game plan.
I
big.
feel like Montreal, you just have to leave the city.
No, you do.
If you want to make a name for yourself, you have to get the fuck out of here.
Every French artist is bigger than every English artist. How is that possible? You know what I mean? There's just
Well, we're in Quebec.
Right,
so
right.
Vive le Québec.
definitely see how it's possible.
No, I know how. For sure.
And even till like I remember when we were like in the scene, like when we were organizing shows and everything. Back then, if you were doing hip hop, you remember when the bars at one point like no hip hop. You weren't even allowed organizing any hip hop shows,
Right,
dude. And we had two places that would take us, Piranha and Mika. Every other place is like, yo, what's the show for? It's a hip hop show. Oh no, thank you.
Yeah, it happened for you're
Yeah,
right.
it's happening for a
You're
bit,
right.
man. And it's like now it's like all the youngsters, it's the generations have changed. The older people are on their way out. The younger people, like that were in the 20s, are turning into the 30s, 40s. These people are in a position of working at companies, and they're like, there's money to be made here. Hip hop has to start being put at the forefront. The only thing is, they're still skeptical about the Anglo because we're predominantly French, and they're like, I don't think it's wise to pump money into this guy. But you got the Zach Zoyas, you got the Spang Squire and everything. These guys are like, they're doing high visuals. It looks like they have a team behind them, or they got like their
That's
label.
true. There's definitely
yeah,
guys
so
with a
there's-
lot of talent, and Spang is a good example. He's pretty fire. He's from the Southwest too, for sure.
So that's like definitely something to look at, like from that perspective.
Nah, for sure. There's a lot of talent, man. Everybody keep doing their thing, for sure. Don't let what I'm saying throw you off. Of course.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
he ain't saying anything in a negative way. He's speaking the
He
real.
just wants to be realistic.
Yeah.
you know?
I'm just coming from an experience of like spending a lot of money on this rap shit, you know?
Yeah.
And it's more than just like spending money on studio time and videos and stuff. Like I don't know how much Hennessy bottles I done bought over the years. I don't know how much I don't know how much gold chains I done bought like over the years. Like
Yeah.
thousands of dollars on different things, and then
Yeah.
transportation to get to your videos, outfits, Ralph Lauren, this Lacoste, all these things.
Now you're an older,
Just
more
spending
mature
money,
man,
bro. You know?
and you're like, dude, you're calculating all these
I
things.
am. I'm calculating it all now for sure. I'm not getting it back right now. You know, like I thought I might have. You know.
He's basically saying, like, if you want to pursue music, like, just keep your day job in case,
Yeah.
you're
Out
gonna
here-
need
out
it.
here anyways.
You're gonna
Yeah,
need
yeah.
it. And you know what? Like, we don't get that many like bursaries here as artists, English artists. I would say
For grants and stuff like that.
grants and,
Like I think you just gotta look for them,
but it's hard.
and it's also I don't think you can just be a independent artist with no buzz or like 5 videos on YouTube and
Right.
think you're gonna get a grant.
Right.
No, that's not gonna happen. You need to
Right.
be signed to a label. You need to know the guy that knows how to apply for these grants, and it's tough though.
Have
'cause-
you ever got a grant yourself?
No, never.
Not me.
Because I don't know which labels
For
or
sure, for
what
sure.
label do you know in Montreal that's
No.
for Anglos, and they're
Right.
giving you a budget and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like
I
know
mean, like, there's Factor
Joyride.
Canada and stuff like that, but like you have to really get a grant writer. You have to
Yeah.
get the right people behind you to like
That's
put
true.
it out. You have to get the right marketing on your videos. You have to have an image because they're gonna look you up.
Yeah.
If they Google you and nothing pops up, like you're fucked. Like
Are you guys on SoCan? Do you have SoCan?
Man, I'm gonna be on. No, I should have been long.
Have you tried?
Time ago.
Have you tried to
I've
get
tried
SoCan?
several times.
It's fucking hard, isn't
I'm
it?
a hood dude, bro. I don't do these. I'm from MSN era. Come on, MSN. I don't know all these things.
Trust me,
I don't
dude.
know. It sounds simple.
It took a while for
They're
me
telling
to
me
get
get
it.
this paper, send it here, there.
Yeah.
It's different. Like it's hard. So like, I don't think I probably could have qualified with the name CY, but with CY Southwest, it was available for
Okay.
sure, and I could still go with it, but I feel like I said, I'm slowly leaning off of the artistry. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But like, something I should have did a long time ago. I actually probably know for sure. Like I've done the most shows in Montreal in the last 8 years.
because you can get paid
I
off
don't think
those.
anybody's done a show more than me. Not even close.
Yeah, dude. Like, you can get paid off those prior shows and stuff.
That's what Misery was telling me. Misery's got all that lined up. So like,
Misery, get him on that.
he's been
Get
bothering.
this
He's
man
been
on
bothering me.
SoCan. Get him some money, dude. But no, that's like I remember when I finally learned how to apply for it, and it actually came back with an approved. I got the folder approved. You know what I mean? Part of the SoCan. I'm a SoCan member now. And then they're like, send us flyers of your past shows, just shows which venue it was at, and then you can what's it called? Get money for that. You can get reimbursed. Like you get paid for that show that you did, basically. It's
That's
not
crazy.
much or anything, but if
No,
you
but
have so many shows,
It could
that
all
you-
add up.
it could all add up, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
And every time they spin your thing on CKUT or 103.7 FM, you're getting paid for that too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a lot of spins for
Mm-hmm.
sure over the years. A lot.
So I think that's what's most important right now. You've done all the artistry stuff. Now it's like maybe it's time to get the business side more in order so you can reclaim some of these past royalties that you're owed. You know what I mean?
That's definitely probably the plan because
Yeah.
I've made more money, and everybody's made more money starting any kind of business, like off of music than as an artist. You know what I mean? From guys opening studios, guys having video companies. There's just everything's more profitable than being artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had a conversation with, I think it was Jay last time, and he said, let's be honest. He's like,
I like that interview actually.
yeah,
I like that his outlook on it.
He said, let's be honest. He's like, as an artist, the artist isn't the one that's making money over here. It's like, as a video, let's say you're shooting the videos, you're in the green regardless of what you do. You're getting paid to shoot these videos.
No,
for an
for
artist
sure.
that is just basically throwing like a dart at a big bullseye or something, trying to nail it. You know what I mean? Because it's sort of like a shot in the dark. You don't know where it's gonna lead to.
No, it's true. They're automatically getting paid every time. You know?
Every time.
And like, yo, I seen a cameraman edit up a nice video in such a small window. So like in reality, like a lot of these guys are getting paid like even just like $400 or $500. That's a lot of money for a video, man. Like I know it doesn't sound like it is, but like it really, depending on how long you're
Exactly.
shooting and this and that. But like I
that's
seen
a
guys
big
come through
factor.
for 1 hour, shoot up, and then have just a good eye for the mix and just give you a proper video.
Yeah.
I've never paid more than $200 for a video my whole life.
Wow.
My whole life, ever.
who's the plug?
Salute to my 2 cameramen over the years that don't make videos anymore.
Yeah.
But like I never paid more than $200, and it's just because like I knew that if you shot a video for me and you shoot a video for Joe Schmo, I'm not like super famous or nothing, but like 10,000 people will watch the video. Joe Schmo, 100 people will watch the video, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you're not getting much money off the video, but like,
Did you have a good relationship with these guys prior?
yeah. It was a homie, you know
So
what
there
I mean?
you go. That's like
exactly. So
definitely- it's
I
a
built
homie.
the proper bridges,
Yeah.
and I was blessed up over the years. And now I'm looking around at like how much a video would be and who like the options out there, and you know the numbers are not cheap, man. They're not cheap, actually, man. I
Not
was getting
cheap.
blessed up over the years, guys. I was getting hooked the fuck up.
At least
bro.
that, bro. You know you saved on that tip.
You have
You
to
saved
find
on
the
video
younger
tip.
guys in the
Yeah,
city.
yeah,
They'll
you
hook
guys
it
are-
up.
The hungry guys that want to get their foot in the door. Like
That's what happened. The second guy I linked up with, he was young. and just the most professional guy I ever worked with, coming with clipboards, and he's having this, and this, like.
Was he French?
No, he was English. He was English.
He's got a shot list.
I actually met him from Tech.
Okay.
Tech said to holler at him for a video, and I actually hollered at him, and he ended up being a super solid guy for real.
So that's it. You know what I mean? There's all these different.
Shout out to Malro Productions.
Malro Productions. It's good to have the connections, build with the relationships with people, and at the end of the day, it's gonna benefit you.
No, for sure.
They're gonna give you the breaks and stuff like that. They're gonna give you good prices. They're gonna help you out when you need to.
And if you got the skills and you're a video guy and like you're hurting for cash, man, someone willing to throw you $200 to pull up on them for an hour and then go home and edit for 4 or 5 hours is actually that's something to rely on sometimes, you know?
Definitely. Depending on your financials, like
right.
You know that's something.
Like
right
I've had someone say, "Yo, I'll shoot a video for you for a bill."
Mm-hmm.
I've had someone say, "I'll shoot a video for you for $50."
I've seen that too, dude.
You know, and
I've
just
seen somebody saying
sure, here you go.
Some are just like, pay my gas, bro.
Like don't get me wrong, me
Feed
too.
me.
When I was doing videos at the beginning and everything, depending on what the project was and if I was feeling with the person, and I got free time, like money's not the issue.
No, it's just about your schedule time.
It's about schedule. Time is more important than money to me.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I'm fucking with the track and I like the vibe and everything, I'm like, yo, you know what, bro? I'll do you a solid because maybe down the line you're gonna need something from me, and you're gonna be like, yo, he hooked me up.
Could balance it out.
You know what I mean? That's what
it
it
could
is.
balance it out over time for sure. I feel like life balances itself out over
That's
the
what it
years. As long as you're up, you could be down later. You know,
As long as you're not a piece of shit in this world and you're just constantly snaking people or
I like
anything,
that.
you're good.
That's true.
That's it.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of people like that.
No, I used to, man, I'm guilty, man. I'm guilty of me single-handedly. I made it so if you were fucking Joe Schmo up the fucking block, you can come get on stage and rap. Which, like, to me, like, yes, I made money, but like
It comes with the territory, bro.
at the end of the day, I really look back and I said, man, I watered down the scene. I gave everybody and half of these guys that since I stopped doing shows, they've never been booked again in their life. So like I'm just there like, man, like I really like kind of fucked up the scene a little bit. And I caught it though and I stopped doing it. Then I start putting on better shows where like if you're garbage and like even though you're willing to throw me $70-$80 to get on a set, like I'm just not gonna do it at one point. You know, I was just like, you know, I want to do dope shows. I want people to actually come and want to watch all the acts. You know what I mean? And like, it got better when I did that. Like as soon as I started doing that, like the shows got much better. Like I weeded out the non-serious artists, and like half of these artists don't even make music anymore.
Even for the non-serious artists, you know, you got a special place in their heart, bro.
No, I definitely do. Though.
This guy put me on stage.
Yo,
He put me
I've
on
met
that
people-
one
I've met
time.
people as an organizer, like, yo, thanks for fucking putting on my buddy Joe. I'm like, no problem. Don't even know who Joe
Like,
is.
who the
I don't
fuck
even remember
is
who
Joe?
Joe is, man. They're like, this guy, man, he put on my buddy, man. And I'm just like people are happy, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens when you give like a regular person like a chance to shine like that, you know?
Yeah.
And like I don't know if you ever like looked at it like this, but every time you give someone a show and it's their first show, that's when the most people come out for them.
For sure.
And then the second show comes and there's less people that come, and then they do a third one and then there's nobody.
And then like, okay,
I've seen it happen so many times. Like,
reality kicks in.
yeah, like everyone realizes that like, oh, yo, there's a show. Oh, I'm excited. And go to the show. Then they come to the show and they realize like that show wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. There's not that many people out there. It's like, yo, the shows are, you come for your buddy gets on stage, you yelled for him when he told you to yell for him, and then you left when he was done.
Yeah.
And like I feel bad for I used to look at the list, guilty again, looking at the list like, who am I gonna fuck over? Who's going at the end when there's like 4 people? Oh, this guy right here.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to do that,
But it's
but
like that. It's
no
like
one
that.
wants to go first. No one wants to go last.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to go right in the middle. There's like someone's got to go first. Someone's got to go last. I just tell them all, yo, I pick it out of a hat, buddy. I'm not changing it.
I used to bite the bullet on that sometimes. Like at the beginning shows, I used to bite the bullet, either go first or go last.
Yeah, I did that. I went first several times
Then
just
after-
to break the ice. Because
Yeah.
like at one point it was like I used to go up to shows, like go up on stage like it was nothing. At one point it was just like, give me the mic. Yep. Next we got Jeffrey. Like come up and like next. Like I didn't even care. So it's just like I used to just take the mic, spit a couple bars,
Yeah.
so someone might not feel like they're going first, perhaps,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll call up the first guy, and I'll make them show a lot of love for the first
Yeah.
guy, so make them feel comfortable. No one wants to go first,
Right.
and I'll promise them I'll hook them up better on the next one, and I probably do. Put them on like 5th or 6th next.
Did you ever make the pack lineup mistake? Like 15 acts.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, like 30 times. Yo, for sure. And it was like, at one point I used to I used to run around like a chicken with my head cut off, like literally, like, oh, who needs it? And after a while, it was just like, DJ Blaster's on stage, the host is right there. Go talk to him. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not trying to act like a diva. I'm trying to enjoy it as an artist as well at the time. You know what I mean? It's like DJ Blaster's there for his music, and the host will tell you when he's on. I'm an artist on the card, bro. Like I'm not trying to be a promoter. You know, I know it sounds fucked up to say that, but like, man, a lot of these artists, man, like they're fucking bugging you. Like, can I go on at
Yeah.
8:44? Can I go on at 8:44? I'm like,
All my people are gonna leave right now. I need to go.
yeah, just a lot of shit, man.
How about you, Talia? Were you first, last?
You know what? Actually, the last show I did in Ottawa, I was the last person to perform, and the whole crowd stayed. I feel like it's just a Montreal thing, bro. No one wants to support nobody.
I remember one time I was doing this event, this like a competition, and I was at Alizé Bar. It was on like Ontario East.
Yeah, I remember.
And you came, and you weren't in the tournament or nothing, but like you wanted to perform, so I let you go on with some other girl. I don't remember the girl.
Destiny, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like they both went up, and like the judges were like, no one needs to rap. They won. Yeah, they won. Like, she was fire.
Yeah, I remember. I remember her back in those days.
I mean, was
no,
still is.
No, like definitely fire for sure. And like in like a male dominant scene, like that, like if you're dope and you look great, you're gonna shine. That's how I feel.
You know what? Some of my best performances were always when I was the only girl on the set.
Yeah.
And a good portion of the time, I am the only girl on the set, and especially with like CY's events.
Yeah.
I was like the only
Sausage
girl.
Fest over there, bro. There's not one woman in these shows, bro. There's none. No. If there is, everyone's looking at them.
And that's why all the guys are staying a little longer. They're like, oh, there's Talia here and there's Destiny. Let's stay here.
It sound like we have like stripper names. Like
it was dope times though. Dope times.
See, and like you have these moments that you can say like, oh, I don't know if those were your first shows or anything, but
yeah, those are some of my first
some of
shows.
the first shows.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
She was young.
You could
She
say,
was
oh,
young.
I remember putting her on her first couple of shows, and this girl's really dope at what she does. So
for sure.
it sort of cancels out all the bad acts that you put on. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure. I definitely had some shining spots. Like towards the end, like I remember, like I was capable of putting my own self on the flyer. I was like, I could dictate anything. It's my own like decisions, right? So like I was putting my own face on the flyer and like making it seem like people were opening for me. You know what I mean? Like smaller artists were opening for me, and it wasn't the case necessarily, but like that's how maybe like it was perceived. You know what I mean? And like, man, it's like sometimes like 150 people came to a few shows, like 150, 130, 140, and like somewhere like Blue Dog or Piranha's a little bit bigger, but Blue Dog and like Crowbar.
Oh my god!
Those spots
Crowbar.
you can make 50 people feel like 100 people. You can make like 75 people feel like almost 200 people, and they're like you're dodging people, like, you know.
Yeah, it's good to have those little venues too.
I love those little venues. Those little
them
venues,
up, you know
are
what I
good.
mean? Nice
The
intimate
scene's
setting.
not big, you know. The scene's not big. Like I've been to the Belmont. I opened for Ritz. We brought more people than Ritz. We sold 40 tickets, and Ritz maybe didn't even do that. Rascast came, asked DJ Blaster. We had like triple the amount of people he brought. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like sometimes these big names like don't even bring out names. So like half of these smaller artists, like what can they really do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so, like, you know who Ritz is?
Yeah, Ritz.
Ritz has mad videos, millions of views, and like I've opened for him like 4 times. 2 of those shows were like some of the worst opening acts I've ever did ever. Like, just like you never know what you're gonna get. Some people, they just don't come to shows.
Well, I know when Ritz was first getting
Oh, he
booked
was
on,
hot.
He was hot, but he had
That was one of my best shows too. When the first time,
Yeah.
he was hot as fuck. Then I guess he sizzled down a bit. And you know what it is? A lot of promoters in Montreal give Montreal the shit day. What I mean by that is Toronto
It's
gets
on a
the
Wednesday.
good day. Wednesday or a Thursday.
Right.
Like, you're opening yourself up to everybody you know telling you, like, yo, I got work tomorrow. Like, no one's coming. These things, I remember I took on a show and I found out it was on Thanksgiving. I didn't even know. I took it on like 2 months before. I'm like, sure, I'll do a show with, I don't even remember who they were. Some demigods.
Demigods, yeah.
I'm not familiar, but I know they have a name. I was like, I took any show back in the day.
Apathy,
You know?
self-titled. I
Yeah,
think,
those two. And like, it was on Halloween. Not Halloween. It was on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
And man, like, it was, as soon as I found out the day, I was like, nah, that's a no go. I didn't even show up. I think there was like 8 people there. There wasn't. The days are bad. You got to do it on a Friday. I did a Havoc show on a Friday. It was on the RIP Prodigy tour when he just passed away. And like, man, it was dope, man. I was the best opener that whole night. The love was super real. And yeah, man, a lot of dope shows, man. Just a lot of dope shows.
How about out of town? Any other out of town shows? Or staying local?
No. A lot of out of town shows. Remember we went to Ottawa. I did a Obi Trice show. Obi Trice pulled up in his big mink coat, 4 security guards. We did a Mad Child show in Kingston.
Mad Child
in Kingston. I did a couple shows with Riff Raff and Peter Jackson in Windsor and London.
How were those Riff Raff shows? Does he get fucking wild at them?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That night was like one of the first times where like I remember Peter Jackson. You know who Peter Jackson is? He came in with his 2 big bodyguards, and like this guy came out of nowhere. Came right to me. He's like, "Yo, what's good, CY?" I didn't even know he knew my name. You know, and I was like, I was coming up still. I'm still coming up. Like, you know, and it's just like it felt good to be recognized. Like he came out of his way. Like, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, Riff Raff was just exactly what you think he is. He is exactly what people think he is. If you know what I mean, he's wild, man.
He looks like a wild man.
They put me on again right before him. So like he wasn't ready to go on and
double stage time right there. Dope.
It was a lot of dope shows. Then a few more Onyx shows, a few more Rich shows. Crazy Bone in Ottawa. He canceled his tour. He was supposed to come to Montreal the next day, and he caught pneumonia. I don't know if you remember, like 5 years ago.
No, I just remember there was supposed to be Bone Thugs in the city, and he kept canceling fucking every single time, like 5 times in a row or something.
Yeah, it was that one in Ottawa, man. Just a lot. Snack the Ripper shows. My best show ever was a Snack the Ripper show.
I opened up for Snack too.
It was the best show ever.
It was dope.
Because I'm not trying to play the race card. It's just a lot of white guys and a lot of like.
It's fucking energy.
Cheering for you, man. They're just going, showing love. This guy goes up there. His name was C. Rusi. His name's C. Rusi. When I say C, y'all say Rusi. And the crowd's going crazy for this guy. This guy's wearing fucking star glasses. Bro. And they're just showing love. So when like real artists got up there, like that crowd was so lit. My boy who has no clue who Snack the Ripper is, he's like, yo, that's Snack the Ripper, right? Because he was like one of the next opener after us was getting mad love. So he's like, that has to be Snack the Ripper. Ripper. Man. He called him Snack the River. Like, you know, like with the amount of love he's getting, but like, yeah, the love was crazy. The first like 300 people going crazy. Like,
yeah, the first time I remember he had his first show in Montreal. It's before he was popping in any circumstance. He was doing small shows, and there was one show at Underworld. Bro, there must have been 20, 30 people there.
That's it, eh?
20, 30 people there. His show, he performed like those 300 people in that room. He put the fucking he tore the fucking energy.
That's dope. That's dope.
Great.
I actually like seeing that though. You know, at least he didn't sell it short. He gave those 20 people something to see at least. You know.
Exactly. Then we got to kick it with him outside. We smoked some joints. I gave him a little bit of weed because he didn't have any.
Speaking of giving him weed, I'm chilling backstage. I'm at the Belmont because I did like 4 or 5 shows with him like across Canada. He's done so many shows. He probably don't even remember me. But I'm backstage and he's like, "Hey, what's up, boys?" And I was just chilling with him, and I'm like, "I know he likes weed and shit, you know." So I'm like, "Yo, here's a joint, you know, let's roll up, roll one, you know." And he's rolling, he's chopping it up with me, and then he's just out of nowhere, he's like, "All right, boys, I gotta go take a shit." and he just left. And he just left. I don't know if you ever been to the Belmont downstairs
yeah,
in the
Belmont,
basement.
yeah, that
There's
little-
actually like a shitter. Like
No, I didn't. I've never been
right
to the
away,
shitter.
and he just went in that shitter, and he just shit back there.
It's in the dressing room, right? Like
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
middle
yeah,
of the
literally in the
dressing
middle
room,
of the
bro.
dressing
Like
room.
you're
He's like,
sitting
I gotta
there.
go, boys.
just-
I gotta take a shit. Like it was like actually like a cliche. I always remember that. You
The
know?
green room downstairs, the little smoking spots. Yeah.
Oh, but my best show ever, feeling wise as an artist, was Demrick came to Montreal on 421, right the day after 420. It was his like smoke tour, and he came to Fafun's, and I don't know if you ever been there, but like upstairs they have like a green room and shit where everyone was blowing. I don't know how much weed, bro. Just like and just. All the drinks were free for the openers. Usually it's not like that, you know. Like
No.
and, like,
Sometimes
just-
they have
it was dope.
They
It was
break you
dope.
off with the drink.
Yeah, usually
tickets.
you get a 1, 2 of those, you
drink
know.
tickets,
But like
you know?
this time it was like, yo, there was like
Bottles
2 4s all over in here. Everyone's just drinking, having a great time. It was lit. Some shows were good, and I felt there were some shows where I felt like the promoter like took advantage of me too at the beginning stages for sure. It's not all glory. It's not all fun and games either. You know.
Did you ever have like a situation that you got booked for a show, you fucking sold a shitload of tickets, and then after the dude's like, "Oh, but we're canceling the set," like some iffy shit like that? Because I've heard it happen to a couple of people when they opened up for YG.
I'm not trying to say nothing, but if you do that to me, man, with the amount of people that I'm at the show with and the amount of shady characters that I'm around, you don't want to do that. No, you don't want to do that. And I never had that problem ever out of like 200 shows. Never had a problem with anything like that. Never. And like, I also don't run around rowdy either. I'm a businessman. Like I just want what we agreed upon, and no one's ever tried to fuck me over. Never.
Good.
Never. Yeah,
At
I'm
least
happy.
you don't have these scenarios that took place or anything like that.
Nah.
How about shows in general? Like, was there ever like that one show in your brain that you're like, that was the worst show I ever did, or it was like everything went to shit, and
Oh.
there's always one that you remember, like, oh fuck, if I could have changed that.
He's having
Yeah.
flashbacks.
It was
to
that
the
first
war.
show ever in Dorval, like I told you, Dave Hodges, and like it was packed. You ever been to McAllen's?
No, never been there.
It's huge, man. So there was maybe like 250 people in there, which is pretty good for a first show. That's amazing for a first show, actually. And I just went up there. I had 2 songs, and I performed both of the songs I had. And like I just remember like yelling way too loud, and like I remember saying make some noise, and like
Everybody's like, yo, shut up.
one guy made noise, and I was like, yo, salute to that one guy that made noise. You know, people laughed a bit, like, but like
At least you have the humor for it.
one guy made noise, and like that happened one more time, like right after that. But like to me, I looked at it differently after a while. Like I looked at it like if 7 people made noise, that's as good as one person making noise to me. It's not enough noise for me to be out there sweating on stage. You know what I mean? So that's why I stopped doing. I only took big shows after a while. Like big shows, they're not really big shows, but like
But you're like, I'm not gonna be doing these
Like, you know,
hole
like-
in the walls anymore.
I did the Noriega show when K Goon stole the show, and he crowds.
That was dope.
Like
That was
I like he stole the whole show. I opened that night as well, and like just a lot of shows. And I decided I can't really. I want reaction, man. Who doesn't want love when you go up there, you know? So like things were really heating up. A funny story. We opened for Dax. I think 514 Online Mix mentioned it one time on your show,
Yeah.
and we started off like promoting their brand more, you know, like helping them promote their brand. So they came to the show, and we're on stage right before Dax, and like Misery had like a long set. We brought Flawless Gretzky, a whole bunch of different guys, and like the set was like a 10-song set, and they told us like it was like 8 max, and like so I got my songs out the way early because I knew like come 8-9 song, the promoter's gonna be like, yo buddy, like,
You gotta
you know?
start unplugging the microphones, bro.
So he's not gonna like me saying this, but like King, they're up there, and the promoter's trying to get King off the stage, you know, and King's there like, nah, he's all drunk and shit, and like he threw water in the crowd before too. It was fucking crazy, and like the guy, the promoter's like trying to get him off stage, and like King's just like, next thing you know, like the crowd's like, Dax, you know, and then Misery's like, You don't hear them? They're yelling next. They want my next song. And I never let them live that down, bro. I can never. Yeah, that was fucked, bro. Like, yeah.
The power of alcohol. The
Yeah.
perception changes.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. He did well that night. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no,
It's just
definitely.
That
I know
one. Yeah, we laugh about it.
Still to this day, he thinks he said next.
Yeah.
Dope.
That's
dope.
good.
Yeah, for sure. Good times.
So speaking of King Miz and everything, are you guys working on more stuff coming up? Or
not right
like you
now.
said, you're gonna take a break and everything.
Yeah,
but is there
yeah,
anything
yeah.
that pre-recorded you have in the
Yeah,
in
we
the
got,
bank? And
we,
you're like,
we
"Oh,
got
I
a couple
dropped that."
things. We got a couple things that are already pre-recorded and shit. Just right now, I'm focusing on being a solo artist. So what it was, I joined OTR
Okay.
maybe like 3 years ago, and like I was helping promote everything, and like it was just like a family thing, you know. And then like after a while, I just start feeling like it was my like OTR was like my step kid. Like I could do what I bring to the table. I could just bring it to my own table. I felt so. I restarted my SouthWestMusicGroup, like it's right here on my chain right here.
All right.
And I started the music group up, and like that's when like a lot of people were like still calling it OTR. They weren't seeing the difference because like it was a family thing. So like a lot of the members of Southwest Music Group were previously OTR artists, including myself. So like now I'm just trying to differentiate the two. You know what I mean? And I'm just doing things more solo. King Miz is always gonna be like the little bro and shit, you know, and like he's a dope artist. I'm just taking a different path right now, you know?
Right.
Trying to work with different dudes and shit, you know?
One thing that I wanted to bring up that I forgot. There was a little phase that you were doing these videos, walking around like smoking blunts and
Oh wow.
those things used to crack me up, bro.
See, like with all these, like, there's so many of these. Like I know I hit 1 million views already. I know I have. With all those, that was a I'll smoke anywhere challenge.
Yeah, so he would smoke anywhere.
Smoke in the police station. I smoked in the fucking the library. I went to the AMC elevator. Smoked in a mall. Bunch of metro. Bunch of dumb shit. I was like 6 years ago doing a lot of
That was
stupid
hilarious,
shit.
though.
But like people like to see dumb shit, guy.
TikTok wasn't around back then, right?
That would be dope for now, right?
If TikTok was around
Jeez.
when you were doing that, trust me.
That would be
like
dope.
you said, what you got? You got millions on a squirrel?
Yeah, raccoon video, fuck.
Millions on a raccoon video. So I'm pretty sure we could have got
She
millions
topped
on
all you Montreal artists on a raccoon video. You bunch of fucks.
Catch up to me.
Yeah. I think we're getting towards that time of the day that
Where's
we
it
gotta
at?
pick up a gem.
Sheesh.
Like you have so
Getting-
much.
Further and further from me each
know.
time.
You've been in the game for so long, dude, that you have enough knowledge to drop on the folks out there. You gotta drop them a gem. Basically, hold that in your hand and drop some knowledge to the people. And I think I didn't even say that in the microphone, so it's not gonna even sound good.
Damn. Damn. Drop a gem. Put me on the spot, eh?
Take your time. We can shorten it.
Nah, like you just gotta keep working at something. Practice makes perfect. That sounds cliche, but what I'm about to say is not cliche. Remember when like you were young and a teenager and you're trying to lose your virginity and shit, you know, and then you're just happy it was in and shit. You know what I mean? Like you're just happy it was in and like you didn't really. Now you're beating it right. You know what I mean? Same thing like being an artist. You know, you just keep at it and you're gonna be real good later. You know what I mean? Though
Practice makes perfect.
you're not beating it. You're not beating it like you did when you were 14. That was an embarrassment when you were 14. Now you're beating it like a boss. I hope, anyways. Like you know, like practice makes perfect. You know what I mean?
That's some great life lessons, right?
That's
there.
on the spot, man. Give me some time. I would have came up with some shit.
That was really touching.
I
I,
like
I
that.
felt that one in
Me
my
too.
soul.
I almost cried.
You just happy it was in, you
I
know?
almost cried with that one. Thank you very much. So CY, tell the people out there, where can they find the tracks? Where can they find CY? Where can they find these funny videos that I've been talking about? And
Just
all that good stuff,
Just
bro.
follow me on Instagram, CY Southwest. That's the main thing I'm pushing right now. I'm trying to hit 10K. I'm trying to have a K. That's how I look at it. If you don't have a K, which a lot of people don't have a K, The K is like when you start getting a little bit bigger. You need a K. I'm close to a K. I'm at about 8,500, something like that. So I'm trying to get to 10K. So 10K is my milestone, and then I'll be a little happier than I am today, I guess. So yeah, follow me on Instagram and CY Southwest.
Let's get the man 10K. Am I right, Talia?
Yeah.
10K? Perfect.
Don't look at me. I'm only at 3K.
3K though.
3K.
She, I'm an old man. She young. I'm old.
It's a young man's game.
It is a young man's game though, for real. I started rapping when I was 23, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 30 now, so.
It is what it is, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching another episode of the Hustle Podcast. See you later.
Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Armopoulos, and these are my co-hosts. I'm Talia. And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio. You may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle. Take money, make money, build a future forever. Even in stormy weather, we execute for treasure. The grind is real, you know. Got the willpower, Terrence Howard, hustle and flow. Rain, sleep, or snow. The odds against me for sure. I kick down them doors when they close. A sharp shooter of motivation that leave bullet holes. We're in the zone, get focused, zone. Stay on your toes. Hustle, welcome to the show. If your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Turn nothing into something. Cut the product, watch it bubble. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. See the vision with precision. Put the pieces to the puzzle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle.
Get well introduced to all three of us.
Y'all ready for this?